If not everything, then a lot is known about America or Americans. But did you know that vacations in the USA last from 7 to 10 days? To buy regular eye lenses, you need a prescription from a doctor. I will tell you about this and more in this video. 10 amazing facts about America and Americans. 1. Car rental. America is a huge country, and the best way to travel there is by car. There are states where it won't be possible any other way. It is better to book a car in advance, and often you can only book a class and not a specific car. It is better to take full insurance to avoid problems. You should also remember that convertibles cannot be booked by those under 25 years of age. Many people love these cars, especially if they have a trip along the coast. It's just like in the movies. 2. Short vacation. In America, vacations are quite short, 7-10 days. But there are many holidays that are not dedicated to a date. The third Monday in February is President's Day. The second Monday in October is Columbus Day. This way you can grab a weekend and have a great rest. Americans love to travel around their country and relax on the beach somewhere in Hawaii or Miami. Of course, they fly abroad, but not so much. Mostly they choose the Dominican Republic, Cuba, and Mexico. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, the time to do it is now. Like and write in the comments which facts really surprised you. I care what you think about this video. 3. Major holidays. The main holidays in America are Christmas, Thanksgiving, Independence Day, and oddly enough, Halloween. On Thanksgiving Day, it is customary to visit family, bake turkey, and do good deeds, such as giving gifts or necessary things to those in need. Christmas is planned in advance, and those who live in private houses decorate them with all their hearts, sparing no effort and illumination. We know all this from American films. By the way, until 1939, Christmas was considered a pagan holiday, and it was forbidden to celebrate it. The New Year, against the backdrop of Christmas and all the turmoil that it causes, is much quieter. It is also customary to celebrate Halloween on a grand scale. It is said that Americans spend up to $1 billion annually on jewelry and costumes alone. Houses are decorated no worse than for Christmas, only a little differently. Skeletons, graves, witches, cobwebs, pumpkins. And here, you don't have to dress up as monsters, as was originally customary. You can be anyone. Independence Day is celebrated in July, and everyone takes advantage of the summer weather. That's why picnics, barbecues, fairs, concerts, and carnivals are celebrated on this day. And in the evening, there is a mandatory fireworks display. 4. Expensive medicine. Medicine in the USA is really expensive, so everyone tries to get insurance that covers the costs. You can pay for the visit one time, but it will be too large an amount. For example, the average 15-minute visit to the doctor costs $104, the highest in the world. That's why insurance helps. You can buy it yourself or get one at work. Good insurance is provided mainly by large companies. There are different insurance options. It is better to have an extended one, which allows you to contact any specialist at any time, without waiting in line and without paying for each visit. But extended insurance is not cheap. If the family income is small, then part of the insurance will be compensated by the state, or you can get it completely free, especially if there are children and the family income is below a certain standard. As for the ambulance, calling it is quite expensive. The cost starts from $1,000. Therefore, whenever possible, people try to come to the hospital on their own, and it certainly wouldn't occur to anyone to call the brigade because the child has a fever. Of course, in the USA, there are hospitals where illegal immigrants or the completely poor can go. There are usually huge queues, and the contingent is very specific, although they will provide help. 5. There are no medicines. It is almost completely impossible to buy medications in pharmacies. Something light, please, and the rest only by prescription from a doctor. By the way, depending on your insurance, you may get medications for free. It is impossible to buy antibiotics, contraceptives, or even contact lenses. It would seem that there is nothing difficult in buying lenses, once you get all the parameters and buy it yourself at any time. But no, you have to go for the recipe every time. By the way, even professional hair products can only be purchased by someone who has a hairdresser's license. 6. Crazy Las Vegas. America is a country where dreams come true. At least, this is the idea that American films convey to us. And where do they come true if not in Vegas? True, if you are prone to excitement, you should keep yourself within limits. There are unimaginable legends about those who became dollar millionaires overnight, but there are always more losers, including the last one. The casinos traditionally have curtained windows, no clocks, and champagne is constantly refilled. And the whole atmosphere of Vegas is conducive to gambling. It's worth being careful. By the way, local hotels do not have balconies, and the windows are boarded up tightly, out of harm's way. 7. Loans. Americans love to take out loans, not even because they cannot afford something, but simply why not? First of all, everyone needs a credit history. Secondly, the interest on them is not that high. A loan for housing, education, a car, and some everyday things is quite normal. Either the parents or the children themselves pay for their studies, sometimes for quite a long time. It is popular to lease cars. Many people believe that this is more profitable than buying, especially on credit. Payments are lower, you can afford a better car, and even change it every year. The disadvantages are mileage restrictions. You cannot return the car before the agreed time, or you will have to pay a large fine, and it must be returned in the same condition in which you took it. 8. Not your home. In the US, it is quite fashionable to rent a home rather than own it. Rents can be several times lower, despite low mortgage rates of 6%. Property taxes in some states are very high, and renting a house is much more profitable than buying. Maintenance of a house or apartment in a residential complex, homeowners insurance, and many other various nuances that burden the owners. In general, in the USA, there are quite a lot of points that need to be taken into account in this regard. It is also fashionable here to move often to a better area where the school has a good rating, is closer to work, etc. In this case, owners often rent out their housing, and they themselves rent what is convenient for them. Quite a comfortable option. 9. Tornado. Remember the Wizard of the Emerald City, where Ellie is carried away to a magical land in a house? This story seems fantastic to adults too. How can a house be carried away in principle? And even the wind? There are up to 1,000 tornadoes a year in the United States, especially in the central states. It is impossible to fight the elements, but today there are warnings and people can stock up on time with water, food, and hide in special basements that everyone who lives in these regions has. Destructions also occur, and often not because the houses are unstable, although there are such, but simply because the wind force is prohibitive. Even concrete structures are collapsing. However, the insurance company pays everything very quickly. A new house is built in no time, and all houses in America are required to be insured. 10. Fast food. The largest amount of ice cream is eaten annually in America. This is also the birthplace of fast food, and therefore it is generally accepted that they consume it there like nowhere else. They love it, but they also dislike the rest of the food. America is big and everyone has different tastes. It seems that all the cuisines of the world are represented here. Freedom is also highly valued here. For example, in a vegetarian restaurant, you may see meat on the menu. Why not? If you want, go to a vegetarian place and eat plant foods there. Or if you want, order meat there. Absolute freedom. The school menu also has different choices, but of course there is also fast food. And children are children, and they often choose pizza, burger, or hot dog rather than vegetables and fish. Hence the love for fast food. It starts in childhood. Friends, that's all. But you can watch a few more of my videos. Hope you liked them. Good luck!